Imam Abu Hanifa, Imam Malik, and many others, they studied with Muhammad al-Baqir, and they studied with Jafar al-Saddiq. No question about that. And all the muhaddis, all the great imams of hadith in the Sunni circles accept these imams. They don't have any problem with that. Al-Bukhari doesn't transmit from Jafar al-Sadiq. But the reason why he doesn't transmit from Jafar al-Sadiq is not because he doubts Jafar al-Sadiq. It's because he doubts the people who transmit on the authority of Jafar al-Sadiq. And one of the sayings that was transmitted in our history is, it goes like this. It says, رَجُلَانِ صَالِحَانِ أُفْتُتِنَا بِأَهْلِ الْبِدْعَةِ. There are two upright men who were tested by people of unacceptable innovation. Who were they? Ahmad ibn Hanbal and Jafar al-Sadiq. This is a Sunni tradition, of course. But the explanation of it is that Jafar al-Sadiq had around him people who would listen to him and people who would not. This was always the problem. The Imams, in fact, admit this over and over again. One of the reasons why Imam Zayd ibn Ali was defeated in a battle that he could have won is because of the fact that Imam Zayd refused to say anything bad about Abu Bakr or Umar or Uthman. He refused to denigrate the caliphs. And so therefore a whole segment of the Shia withdrew from him. And they wouldn't fight on his side. There are lots of reports from Jafar al-Sadiq and from Muhammad al-Baqir and from the others in Shia sources in which they will say that do not slander those who were before us. Don't make us, don't degrade us in the eyes of the people. Okay, so the issue is really the issue of who transmits authentically from these people. So this tradition said there are two men who themselves were upright. They were great teachers, but they had around them imposters. Ahmad ibn Hanbal is one. Who were the imposters that were around Ahmad ibn Hanbal? Who would they be talking about here? Okay, so when we talk about innovation, which is bid'ah, okay, bid'ah is many different types. There's innovation which is good, there's innovation which is bad, there's innovation which is obligatory, there's innovation which is forbidden, right? This is well known in Islamic law. You have to do new things, you have to keep up with the times. But there are two branches of illegitimate innovation. One of them is exoteric, and one of them is esoteric. And in Arabic, this first one would be what? Zahiri. Zahiri. And this one would be what? Batini. So, in the view of a lot of Sunnis, this is a basic idea in Sunni sources, Ahmad ibn Hanbal was afflicted by Zahiris. That a lot of the people around him were exoteric. That means things like when you said that God sits on the throne, they actually thought of God as a man with a body, with a head, with dimensions, sitting on a throne and touching the throne. Or when it says that God descends, they thought of God as actually descending as a body. So they were anthropomorphic. This for us was exoteric innovation. And a lot of the people around Imam Ahmad were like that. And Hanbalis have always had that element in them from the beginning until this day. The esoteric is the batini tendency, which is when you accept only inner meanings or interpretations of the law, but you don't accept the outward. So, for example, prayer may cease to be obligatory. Prayer may become something else, like to accept the Imam. It may be the Imam or something like that. The Sufi position, or if you will, the orthodox Sufi position, was always to join these. The Sufi position was that the proper understanding of Islam is the one in which the esoteric meanings never contradict the exoteric meanings. And in fact, they complement each other, they strengthen each other. So that to reject the esoteric for the vast majority of Sunnis was wrong. And to be nothing but exoteric, nothing but literalist, was either wrong or it was certainly not rightly guided. But you have to join the two. That's why the Sufis would say that the haqiqah is in the sharia like the butter is in the milk. The knowledge of ultimate realities, the haqiqah, it is in the practice of the law, like butter is in the milk. If you don't have whole milk, you're not going to have butter. So you have to these two go together. And that's a very, very strong tradition among the Sunni Sufis. Sufism, by the way, tends to be a Sunni phenomenon. Throughout history, it tends to be a Sunni phenomenon, but it has a lot of similarities. We noted some of those with the Shia, particularly in the love of the family of the Prophet.